For hymns. I just made up that jingle. You guys, I bet you back in the day, in the 80s, if Andre Agassi or Ron Howard, right, if there was for hymns, they would get their hair.
They'd be different.
Because they would go on the internet, they would go on the website, and they would, there's real doctors that you talk to here. A lot of guys back in the 80s, if their dick didn't work, penis, that's the medical term.
Yeah, penis.
If they're penile.
The peniles, yeah.
Right?
Phallus.
And phallus, and it wasn't working, the blood wasn't working. They could go to hymns back then. They're listening to Jaja Goo Goo, going to the clubs, the Miami Heat.
Yeah.
Right? Doing it all day, every day.
Yep.
They could get on, hymns, for hymns.com, and they would, figure that out with real medical advice from real professionals. Mm-hmm. For hymns is a modern day miracle worker for dudes that just has questions. Tell them about it.
But just to put a little fear into the audience, know that 66% of men lose their hair by age 35.
Yeah.
So you better jump on this. Order now. TigerBelly listeners get a trial month of hymns just for $5 right now while supplies last. See website for full details. This would cost hundreds if you went to the doctor or pharmacy. Go to forhims.com/belly. That's forhims.com/belly. Forhims.com/belly.
Be a man. Get your shit right. Go to hymns for hymns.
Anime. Fucking A, y'all.
Fucking A, y'all. Fucking A, y'all. Where does that come from?
I think Canada.
Cool skater talk.
It's not cool skater. Let me tell you something right now, okay?
I think he's right. Bucky Logic said it.
I know Jim Greco. I know Andrew Reynolds. I know a lot of skaters, okay? They've never said fucking A.
Fucking A, they have.
No, they haven't.
I want proof.
Yeah, I've done a sketch with Tony Hawk. I've met all kinds of skaters in my life.
Yeah, but George
Vert,
said
Street.
But George
all styles.
Freestyle.
He still says things like "won't bite my shorts," So
Wait, what do I say?
What was that?
like bite my shorts.
I should bring that back. I haven't used that, but
if you say bite my shorts in front of me,
he says
dude.
things like dollars to donuts.
Oh yeah,
I never even heard of that before.
Let's go through all of those.
But fucking A though, where is that? You think it comes from the skate culture? It doesn't.
No way.
There's no way.
Oh hell yeah!
It sounds very
name
Canadian.
me one skater. Name me one skater aside from the skaters I just mentioned.
Matt Hamill, who I hung out with in high school.
Isn't that the deaf guy from the UFC?
Oh yeah.
Is he a deaf guy from the UFC?
He's a deaf guy in the UFC.
No.
Well, who's he signed by? What skate?
No, he's just
company?
the buddy that I skated with in high school.
Is he pro though?
No.
No, I need a professional skater that you know.
Well,
then here's my point: is you don't know what they say. All right.
I know what they say at the streets level. You know.
Yeah.
You know what they say
so
at the.
gross.
You know what they say at the big time level. You know. I know what's happening in the streets.
Kalisto and me when I lived in Silver Lake.
You are name dropping so hardcore right now.
Kalisto's a guy that lives in Silver Lake. He's not a skater, but we owned a skate shop called Juvie. Did you know that?
That's a good name.
I just remember, I didn't know the name of it.
Yeah,
you've talked
it was
about
called
a long time back.
Yeah. Anyway, a lot of skateboarders because we had a vert ramp.
Mm-hmm. So what cool slang did they use there?
They didn't say fucking A.
What did they say? Name one thing. Just landed a triple flip kick.
Awesome. Like what they standard.
They don't even.
I would believe that.
They don't even drop an
awesome,
F-bomb.
Dude, that's awesome.
Come on.
Dude, that's fucking awesome.
Let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You successfully opened a business on your own?
Yeah. It could go bankrupt in a year. We opened it.
Did you have a business plan? Did you get a business loan? You did all of that?
No, what it was when I was in San Diego, when I was 19, I was at there used to be a coffee shop in Pacific Beach called Zanzibar. I don't know if it's still there. But Zanzibar used to be open 24/7.
There was a Zanzibar in Santa Monica.
There's a coffee shop?
they had no, it was like a dance hall kind of thing.
Maybe there's a bunch of Zanzibars.
Yeah.
There's probably Zanzibar smoothies, Zanzibar movie theater somewhere in the world, but in this specific situation, it was a fucking coffee shop, sweetie.
Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Zanzibar smoothies.
You just fucking pushed me over the edge. All right.
Zanzibar smoothies.
All right. So anyway, at 2 a.m, I used to go there and play chess.
Ugh.
What?
Why does that bother you?
Why does that bother you?
Because I know that's not who he truly was, Bobby. And you've admitted this to me.
You fucking.
You've admitted this to me. You won't admit it to other people, but you've admitted this to me that you wanted to fit a look.
Yeah.
You wanted to read Dostoevsky and have people watch you play chess.
Yeah.
Like it was not that you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
You just wanted to be.
I had no shoes.
Yeah.
I see the way I'm crossing my legs now.
You would sit like that.
I would purposely sit like this. I'd have a cigarette in one hand, espresso in the other hand.
New wave film.
Yeah, and I would play chess.
Sad piano music played in the background of everything he did.
And then we would talk
he lived in black and white.
We would talk about existentialism.
And he's like, have you seen
Kierkegaard?
Le Quatre Cents Coups.
Have you seen the movie Jules Legime?
Yeah.
Fuck
So
you.
anyway, fuck you. But anyway,
film, yeah.
Although Jules Legime is a great movie, great film.
Anyway, back to my story. Back in the day, I met this other guy named Callisto Hernandez. He was Hispanic. And we just became friends, and he was an actor at the time, and he moved to L.A., and I moved up right after he did, and we lived together in Silver Lake. And then one day he's like, I want to open a skate store, and I go, oh, what do you need from me? This is right when I was making money, and I gave him money when I was the early days of my Mad TV years, and we opened up the skate store, and it went bankrupt. But it became bad between him and I.
Because of
that business. Because one thing that he did was, so basically I was the money guy, but he owned the thing. Even though my brother Steve helped out making the plays, like he used a fucking drill and a cement sander and
Wait,
all
he was
kinds.
handy?
Yeah, my brother. Oh. Yeah, my brother would wear this mask and just go to work. And my brother doesn't know, he just figured it out, I guess.
Yeah, because he needs help, like, setting up his IKEA bed. You know what I mean? Like, he calls me for stuff like that.
I know.
But Bobby said he was doing cement.
I know. I was like, wow, you're laying down floors?
But he can't do IKEA bed.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, and then one day I went into the store, and I saw a shirt I liked. So I grabbed it, and I go, I'm going to take the shirt. It's a medium. He goes, all right, well, that's $49.95. And by the way, I had thousands and thousands. He had no money invested in it.
Callisto did.
Yeah. And I go, no, I mean, I give you the thousands of dollars. He's like, yeah, but that was just a loan. Like, I own the, business, so it's $49.95.
He didn't even give you wholesale on that?
Yeah. And I go, fuck it. I'm not, fuck you.
What?
Yeah, I'm not paying for a shirt when I gave you money, you bitch.
Also, a $50 shirt. Which
And
I'm
then-
guessing is like Anvil, 100% cotton. And I have so many questions.
And
like,
then-
he is, oh my God, this guy is bad.
I know. You'd like him if you met him, though.
I'm sure I would.
Yeah. I think you'd like him. But,
Sounds like a great chap.
But the reason why I don't hang out with him is because when the thing he asked for another $10,000 to save the business, so I gave him the money, and then it went bankrupt. And then he looked at me and goes, well, I owe you $10,000, even though I had so much more money invested in it. And so I go, all right, well, fuck it. And then his dad died, but he didn't know his dad. Okay, his dad died in Mexico, but his dad was rich.
Oh, so he came from money then.
No, he didn't. He was adopted in America.
Oh.
But he found out who his real parents were. And so his dad apparently was rich and left him hundreds of thousands of dollars.
God.
Oh, shit.
So in my head, I'm like, oh, I'm going to get my $10,000 back. I would call him. I never saw a dime. So,
have you bumped into him since?
yeah. And it's been nice.
So you guys are okay now?
Well, I mean, I don't hang out with him, but I mean, I wish I could or would, but
Not after you told the world that he owes you 10 grand. You're never friends again.
Well, I mean, when somebody owes you that kind of money, it's and they won't pay you, it causes friction.
My dad always
Does it not? I mean, if somebody owed you 10 grand,
10 grand can cause friction.
that causes friction. Correct?
My dad always had a rule though. My dad always said, never lend out something you're not willing to lose, or never lend out anything you're not willing to get in return. So if he helped people with money, which he did a lot of while we were living in the Philippines, he just considered
I
it
know
gone.
that now, after the 10 grand, now it's like people call me all the time and they go, hey, I'm strapped and I have a limit. My limit is $500.
That's a good number.
And it would be almost impossible to get above that limit. And so I had a friend, I'm not going to obviously say who it is, but this comedian, he goes, I need $1,000. Like, I'm losing I have to pay rent. And I go, I have a rule, $500. And he goes, come on, man, and he.
What if he asks you 500 today and then 500 tomorrow?
No, that's it.
500 a day.
No, you don't
Like
get
an
500 a
ATM.
day.
Like an ATM
Yeah,
limit.
it's not an ATM.
Bobby has a limit every day.
No, it's I mean, if 6 months goes by, he needs another 500, I would do that. Yeah. I mean, there's a woman that's super famous now. And she offered to pay me back.
Oh, that was nice. Yeah.
But I said, so there's this girl who's super famous now. I'm going to say, obviously.
Damn.
Who's super famous now.
You don't know Gilbert?
George knows.
He talked about this.
I think George
He
knows.
talked about this.
Yeah.
No, not on the podcast.
It's
Not on the podcast.
No,
So I know
no,
somebody
no,
that's
no.
super famous now
Not a-
Oh.
that I helped out a lot over the years. And then she eventually came up to me once she blew up and said, hey, how much do I owe you?
That's dope.
And I said to her, I don't want that. I want, if you have any kind of say or power, get me in a movie. You know what I mean? Get me in a project. You know what I mean? Help me out in that way. I don't need, whatever.
It feels really weird for me to borrow money from people.
Yeah.
We're just talking
Like
about
I,
that.
I don't think that I have. I don't know if I find it to be not in my DNA. Unless maybe I had children to feed and I was desperate. Yeah, I would. But I don't think I've ever borrowed. I never said, "Hey, can I borrow this amount from?"
I mean that's why essentially
Anybody.
why I can't be homeless.
You wouldn't even ask.
I
for
I'd be
change.
dead
Me
because
too.
I would have such a difficult time asking for money.
Then what would your sign say?
What?
Oh, yeah, if you're
I'm not
homeless.
asking. I'm not asking,
it's just
but I
like-
need money. That's my sign.
That's good, actually.
Yeah. Just I'm ashamed of my situation.
Yeah.
I don't want to ask for any money, but I'm borderline almost dying. I'm so hungry. Please give me money.
I would just ask for food. I don't think I could ask for
Yeah, but the
anything
drugs,
monetary.
you can't. What about the drugs that
You
you're
need to
going to
support your drug habit.
Are we hearing the puppy
Do
chew
you
on
hear
this
it in the
one?
headphones?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, stop it.
Stop
No,
it.
He's teething.
he's teething.
Hey, no.
Stop it.
Let's
Right?
stop
I mean,
it outside.
would you? It's funny because I was in a car
Yeah.
in Chicago, and I was with a super rich man.
Like a famous person or just a
No,
rich-
he's just he has a business. He owns the comedy clubs, a lot of comedy clubs. I want to say his name, but he's
3 names we don't know.
he owns a bunch of improvs, right? And when I play Chicago,
Sure you can look that up.
he picks me up. His name is Tony. I can say that. And I was with Tony. We were doing press one morning,
Tony Hawk.
and we were sitting there. It was really cold, and there was a homeless man walking across the street. And I go, "Hey, Tony, what if how old are you, Tony?" He goes, "I'm 78 or whatever."
Jeez.
He's old. And I go, "Tony, if let's suppose God took everything away from you right now, like all your friends, your family, everyone that you know, you have an ID, and that's it, and you have no money, and you were in that man's situation." He goes, "In 3 years, I'll be fine." And I go, I don't know. I don't know if I believed him or not at his age, but he's like, I would do everything I could to survive.
Does he have like a good family support system, probably, that he knows that he could get that from if he ever.
No,
were
I
to be
said
in
in a
tough
situation. I said in a situation where you knew nobody.
Oh, nobody. Did he come from money growing up?
Well, I would believe him because he owns a lot of these improvs. So he's
Yeah, but
definitely a good businessman.
If he's a rags to riches guy, I would believe
Yeah, he is a rags to-
because some people really know how to hustle. One of my friends, Marianne, she came from nothing in the Philippines. I mean, absolute squalor. Growing up, every time we had a typhoon, her house would be like flooded.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could even consider that a house. Growing up in part of her life, she lived under the stands in the swimming pool, like the grandstands where people would watch and stuff. She lived underneath that, and then she eventually made her way into the Middle East, and then eventually now she lives in like Aspen. Or no, she's in Denver. She was in Aspen for a while. But she's one of those girls that if she lost her job
to get
today,
all that money though, like married someone or
no, she hustled. She's a single mom now, but she just has that hustle in her. And if you told her today that you're fired, she wouldn't go into a panic. She's like, okay, tomorrow I'll find something else. And
there are just people like that. I'm not like that. I don't think I'm like that. I think that that a lot of my success has been luck. Here's the one thing that I do religiously is do stand up. I've always religiously done it. You know me. I go up every fucking night. But that's the only thing. That's the only trait that I have. That's good. But it's not. That's not work ethic. I just show up and I just do one thing, and I do it often enough. And I heard that if you find that one thing and you become the best you can at that one thing, that you're going to be fine. But in terms of like, if all of this was taken away, my condo, all my family, friends,
you would still do stand up, right? Like if you lost everything.
Or even if the stand up wasn't even an option, I would probably be like I'd have the biggest asshole in the world because I'd just be a fucking whore.
You'd really
Yeah.
You'd really sell your body right away.
Right away. Day 2.
Not even like I'm gonna start the stand up circuit again. I'm gonna open mics.
No. I would just be the gash, and that's what they call me.
Immediately you're a hole.
Yeah, and I would have like just people just fucking me in the ass for like $50 a pop.
there are other ways to make money than just
why do you go?
Why do you go to that right away? Because I'm so lazy. I'm not gonna make a hamburger.
I don't know how to make.
Fuck is cardio, babe.
Still work, and another man is pounding you.
No, I'm not moving. I'm not going to move at all. I'm going to be on a mattress in the forest. You can tie me up.
People have to drive out to the forest.
Yeah, you definitely have to drive out to the forest. Yeah.
So you don't feel pain? Do you just put a stretcher in your butthole to just keep it like agape?
God.
Yeah, I'm not even awake.
Oh, so you're...
I'm going to have another side guy like you, Gilbert.
I don't want to be here, man. I don't want to be in this scenario.
No, you don't have to do anything, right?
Yeah, but I have to watch you get
No,
fucked?
you're my money. You're like my money guy, my cashier.
I make the transactions.
Right, so you just basically go, he's passed out.
Step right up. We got one Bobby Lee with a butthole.
The old-timey about it.
Very
I love it.
vaudeville.
Yeah. Vaudeville old-timey, right?
Step right.
And I'm on my stomach, tied up, right? I'm completely passed out. Just intoxicated.
And when do you wake up?
I probably for 12 hours. I'm passed out for 12. That's my working hours.
And then you wake up, and then what happens?
I wake up and I go, give me the
the money.
No, not the money, not the money. Give me the jellies, or whatever, like stuff to heal my butthole. No, like Neosporin.
Oh, so your asshole's bleeding.
Yeah.
So not only do I have to sell you
and
pitch you, I also have to now put Neosporin in your
No, I'll do it on my own. You'll have a first aid kit. Right, you get the Neosporin and
what the
and
fuck? Where's Khalyla?
Stitches.
Where's Khalyla?
No, in a situation where I don't. You're the only one that I know, right? That's the scenario.
Fucking A.
Fucking A, dude.
No, that's the wrong use of it.
Fucking A.
Stop,
A, man.
Gilbert. You're misusing the
Actually,
term.
that was pretty good, Gil.
Yeah.
That was good. Sounds better coming out.
Although when I was in my early 20s, I did have jobs. I worked hard as a waiter.
Yeah.
I worked hard, at coffee shop. You get slammed, and you just. I know what it is. I like that kind of job where you're just constantly. You got so many things going on in your head that you have to do that the time just passes. I remember where I would work an 8-hour shift and it would seem like 45 minutes
Jeez.
because I was just running around the whole time.
What are the jobs that I had? My very first job in America was when I was 16 and I worked at LA Fitness and I had a really creepy boss.
You were what, a receptionist or trainer?
I would sign people up. I would also pass out flyers when they had deals.
Oh, I'd love to
But I
hear
had
your-
a free membership.
I'd love to hear your pitch. Those are the worst people.
Oh God, I was horrible at my job.
Because her
But I
English
stayed there.
probably wasn't like that good either.
What?
Is elliptical machine?
Do you guys think that just because I'm from the Philippines that like I'm not
Yes.
grammatically?
I don't know.
Not grammatically,
Are
but
you
like
kidding
would
me?
have
I
an
just
accent.
had an accent, but my English was perfect. I
But-
just had a really thick accent.
So what would you like say? Like,
Oh, hello. Hello, sir. Excuse me, sir.
yeah.
Would you like?
I don't have any money. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah.
Would you like to have muscles? Like that. Do you like muscles?
Do you like the masa? Borat.
Do you like jogging?
Yeah.
Yeah. But then I had
How long
then
did
I
you do
would
that for?
like 2 years.
Oh damn.
And then I had a weird job where I worked
Abercrombie.
with a water company.
Abercrombie.
No, posting signs on a water company in Vegas.
You never played that. Worked
Oh,
at,
Abercrombie. I was there a while.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
You
but
worked
that
at
was like
Abercrombie.
after college.
You worked there after college?
Because when I came back from Nevada
Yeah.
was my first round of college. I didn't graduate yet, but I came back from Las Vegas, and then I worked at Abercrombie for 2 years at the Glendale Galleria.
What is that like?
Horrible. I was folding clothes all day.
Oh my God, what is that like?
I also just recently learned.
to Abercrombie. Do you want muscles? Do you want muscles in these shirts?
Dude, working retail's the worst. People are so rude,
Yeah.
you know? So I worked at Abercrombie, and then
There's a lot of creeps there that would probably hit on you at Abercrombie and Fitch.
no, not really. I wasn't very. And then I worked as a shop girl for a tattoo shop because my ex-boyfriend was a tattoo
That's
shop.
right. That's right.
Yep.
And then when I met you, I
You're a
before I
nurse.
met you, no, I was a tutor for anatomy, physiology, chemistry, and microbiology
Whoa.
at the university.
Whoa. That's amazing.
That's big money.
Not really.
Tutoring?
Privately, yes, but if it through the school, not really.
Yeah. I
I
just did delivery driving for sandwich shops. 3 sandwich shops
in Georgia.
in Georgia. And then I got hired the third time. They were like, I don't know why you're doing this. Because they're like, you're intelligent. You should just be a manager. They made me a manager.
Oh, how lucky!
Do people still clock in?
I had to
Like you have a time card
I
and you
had
have
to
to stick it in a machine?
I had to do a time card. It wasn't computerized.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, because what we used to do, you'd clock in.
Like with like a
Yeah, like it would machine. It would
Like
go
Flintstones.
yeah, like the Flintstones.
Did you work, George?
Oh yeah, I
Farm.
always worked.
Farm.
No, I always worked for my parents mostly. Since they always used to give me a job, I couldn't work other places at home. But in college, I think my favorite job was the Cinex gas station night shift in Walla Walla,
Whoa.
Washington. I was there a summer, and that was just
Wow.
the best because you didn't have to give a shit at all.
Do you ever
there
get worried that like you're gonna get robbed?
I think he was hoping for that experience.
No, whenever I got robbed by my buddy, a 6-pack would be waiting for me out front, and I'd be like, tell my buddy, hey, like the other guy working, like, hey, I gotta I'm taking a 10-minute break out front. Can you cover this?
Oh, good, George. You're a bad
what the fuck did you just
employee.
do?
Fucking A, man.
How you used to steal from the fucking?
No.
In Walla Walla, Washington?
If anybody else stole you, it's not worth your life.
You're
No,
a fucked up employee, my friend.
Oh yeah,
Are you laundering money from us?
Yeah.
Hey, look at us right now. Are you taking money from us?
no, sir.
you don't have principles, huh?
I got principles most of the time.
I don't steal.
Ever.
As a kid, did you ever do it?
No. I mean, as a kid, I used to shoplift
I
a
didn't
couple
steal.
times. Like,
I did too.
Somebody
bubble
else did.
gum.
Yeah, I love doing
Yeah.
gum. Yeah.
If somebody else took it, I wasn't gonna report them.
I did. I fucking hella
Yeah?
stole. Yeah, because I didn't really have money growing up, and I really liked,
Where were your morals?
you know,
Yeah, who are you? All of a sudden.
I know.
I really wanted a couple bomber jackets that my family could not afford when I was in high school. I only stole from like big corporations.
So that makes it good.
Yeah.
Makes it real
Like I
good.
never would steal
Like
from
a gas
bubble gum
station
from a
chain.
mom and pop shop. That's horrible.
Yeah.
But from Macy's,
Yeah, that's socialist. Yeah, you're a good socialist. See.
yeah, I would never do
know,
that. But
Give
hell
back to
yeah,
little
I would
guy.
fucking steal like a nice jacket or two, and I never got caught. Could I get in trouble for this?
Yeah, Macy's our sponsor.
Yeah.
come on.
No, it's all fictional.
She never stole nothing.
She would never do that.
And if it was someone's birthday that I really cared about and I didn't have the money, I would steal. Go to Dillard's.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what that. I mean, I wonder if, like, I always thought if I grew up in Nazi Germany.
You think about that a lot?
No, I was I was still Brooklyn, and I was like, you're gonna be in the military, and you're just conditioned. You're gonna kill Jews.
Yeah.
Would I do it?
Would you?
I don't know. I would hope to think that I wouldn't, but I've been watching a lot of documentaries about war, and even like American soldiers coming from kids from the farm.
Yeah.
These dogs are going crazy.
I know, man. We can't win. Might as well
We
take
gotta-
a break
take
now
a
for
break.
Brooklyn and
Brooklyn and heavenly sheets for your heavenly body. You guys, my Brooklyn sheets are the best, most comfortable sheets I've ever slept on. Period.
he's the
Comprendo?
slut king. He should know.
I'm the Slept King, I know, all right? Brooklinen.com is giving an exclusive offer just for my listeners. My being me, the Slept King. Get $20 off and free shipping when you use promo code TigerBelly at brooklinen.com. I don't know how many times I have to tell you guys. Brooklyn is so sure you'll love the new sheets that they'll offer a risk-free 16-night satisfaction guarantee and a lifetime warranty on all their sheets and comforters. George Clooney asked me the other day, what's your sheets? I said, fucking Brooklyn, bitch.
Why were you so angry at him, though?
Because I have to tell him every day. He calls me and
he bugs me,
asks
yeah.
me about it.
Yeah.
The only way to get $20 off and free shipping is to use promo code TigerBelly at thebrooklinen.com. That's BROOKLINEN.com. Promo code TigerBelly. Brooklinen. These really are the best sheets ever.
Hey, Bobby, it's
Yeah.
George Clooney.
Hey, George, what's up?
I don't know why I sound like
You call
Sylvester
me
Stallone.
every time. You sound like Sylvester Stallone on the phone.
Adrian!
Yeah, and I tell you right, it's Brooklyn. I get my sheets, bitch. Don't call me again,
Sorry.
George.
George.
Oh, we love these sheets, Brooklinen. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Tiger Belly. Tiger Belly. Welcome to another episode of Tiger Belly. I know we forgot to do the intro, but we're doing the intro now.
Halfway through the
I am Captain Bobo Bob.
Hell yeah!
Nosotros. We got Flat.
What's up?
What's up? We got fucking A.
Fucking A, bro.
Yeah.
Howdy, amigos.
We got the
Oh, God. I
Oh yeah!
can't.
Oh my God! And we got the thief,
The thief who steals things from
Khalyla.
Macy's.
the Tiger Belly. Anyway, welcome to another episode of Tiger Belly. And wow, what a week! What a wow! Everybody!
Oh, my gosh.
Oh man!
Oh, my gosh. We're like so far in the podcast.
Yeah.
It happens sometimes, guys.
You guys watch the show Dark Tourist?
No, what's that about?
It's the same director. I'm sorry, the same guy from the documentary that we talked about called Tickled. The
Remember
guy
that
from New
documentary
Zealand?
we did? We saw. We were mentioning about the tickling clubs.
Competition.
Oh, it's
But it takes a really dark turn.
Yeah.
That's not associated with tickling. But it's the same guy does a show on Netflix called Dark Tourist.
It's. I highly recommend it.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
It's fun because
well, sad, but fun.
no, it's fun.
Because people travel to places where there was like mass death. Like,
Yeah, I'm not there, but watching it is fun.
yeah, watching it is.
Yeah. If I was there, it wouldn't be fun.
sad. It'd be sad.
No, but these people, this guy will go into like areas like in Kazakhstan,
Kazakhstan.
where Russia did 500, 600. Oh my God, this is insane. We have to start over the
Keep
intro.
him there. He's
No.
fine.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Tiger Belly.
What a week.
What a week. What a year. What a time. What a year.
Dumb.
Man, things are going on.
Wait, so what does
All
this guy
kinds
do?
of stuff. No, but in Kazakhstan, Russia over the years, there was an area where they would detonate atomic bombs. They would test it out.
Yeah.
Trial runs.
The nuclear site.
Yeah, nuclear sites. And this guy goes into, the area.
Which is like...
With a Geiger counter. Is that what they call them?
And it is like 10 times more radioactive than Chernobyl. And in the water, there's like a massive like lake that was made from an underground bomb that they detonated in order to create this crater, which is now a lake, and they just go swimming in there.
And people fish in it.
And they eat the radioactive fish.
Yeah.
And what happened to these people? They die?
No, I mean, the guy goes to the fucking crater lake where the atomic bomb went off, 50 or 60 years ago. And now people are fishing there, and he's swimming in the water. And then he gets on shore, and these locals like, hey, we're making fish. You want to eat? Meanwhile, they told him not to go anywhere below a certain amount.
Yeah.
Because he'd die because the atomic levels are so fucking high down there.
And then, but the most interesting, this episode's called The Stands, but the most interesting part of this episode was after Kazakhstan.
Yeah.
They go into a country a neighboring country called Turkmenistan. And I always knew that Turkmenistan was there, but I had no idea what kind of country this was.
Have you ever heard of Turkmenistan?
That sounds almost fake.
Yeah.
Well, there's Azerbaijan.
I had never heard of it.
Yeah, there's Tajikistan and the stands.
Yeah.
You know them to be on that side.
That's a restaurant.
Yeah.
Turkmenistan, Tajikistan. That's just
Is that next to?
Yeah, Tajikistan is a country. It's
Burma?
right next to all of
It's
those.
next to Zanzibar.
Zanzibar
Next to
smoothies.
Zanzibar smoothies.
Yes, absolutely.
Hey,
Shut the fuck up.
stop it.
These animals.
Yeah. So, but this
I got it, babe. I got it. Let's continue.
But this place, this country, what's it called?
Turkmenistan.
Turkmenistan is run by a dictator.
Okay.
Right. He used to be a dentist.
I mean,
I'm being real.
no, but a
He used to be a
dictator used to be a dentist.
Picture this. It's a hermit regime, right?
What does that
So, meaning it's like North Korea. They don't allow outside media. They don't allow outside influences at all. So, as the guy puts it, it's a cross between North Korea and Las Vegas because it seems like a very affluent, a very rich city, all made out of marble. And the guy is like obsessed with things like World Guinness records.
Yeah.
So he has this.
He has the world record of the biggest indoor Ferris wheel, the biggest statue of a star.
A random star.
Yeah, that's on a hill, right? It looks like you're at Caesar's Palace
Oh wow.
in Vegas, and it's just the whole city looks like that.
But there's no one
And
walking outside.
It's dead. Not a single person is outside.
Where's the population?
I don't know.
And then they had this. They hosted this event that was called like martial arts or something like that. It was supposed to be like a big event, and they spent $5 billion on the opening ceremonies, which was far more than Rio Olympics.
And it went on for 4 hours.
But you should see what
It went on for 4 hours.
Dude, it was amazing. The light work.
Helicopters, people
Yeah.
jumping off of helicopters, the light work, the whole fucking thing. The dancing, the choreography. And they were told there was going to be hundreds of thousands, and there's only like 30,000 of its citizens just sitting there,
Yeah.
right? Just sitting there watching this light show for this tournament, and then they go home, and then no one's out in the streets. It's really, I want that life.
If you guys had your own small country like that, first of all, what Guinness records are you trying to set?
Oh.
2, what's your big event? And 3, I don't even know what.
You had to think of something really creative and interesting and like offbeat.
Would you build it like a Las Vegas, just an empty Las Vegas, like Fallout almost?
The biggest sausage shaped like a foot. Okay. And it would be a yearly festival, my left foot.
Left Foot Festival.
The Left Foot Festival, right? They would taint it green just to base it on my foot.
Absolutely.
And it would be probably the size of Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
Damn.
Yeah, it's a sausage shaped like my foot, the size of Madison Square Garden, and if it's not finished, people die.
Ooh.
So people have to finish this foot
Every year?
24 hours every year until the next day. So that's one event, right? That's a Guinness Book of World
Left Foot
Record.
Festival.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other one would be
He's smiling. Don't hold back.
The biggest bronze statue of my brother's ass.
Could you enter?
I'm so distracted by these dogs.
I know.
can't
these
get
animals.
over it.
Look at this.
They're just chewing on everything.
Yeah.
They can.
Like, I don't know. Should we just put him in the bedroom and leave him there? That way, if they bark.
Yeah, turn off the things. I can't do. I can't.
Yeah,
move
I
on
can't
right. Yeah,
either.
with all the animals.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn it all off. I've never been in front of so many animals in my life before. So many.
Should we give everyone an update on the house that we bought?
Yeah. For the.
Well, I don't want to talk about my financial dealings.
No, not the house that we said we got. We didn't.
Yeah,
That's
because
all. That's all.
we didn't get it because I couldn't afford it.
Oh, you see?
But that's why. What? How come we didn't get it?
I don't think it's because you can't afford it.
Yes, I can't afford it.
No.
Yeah, that's what it is. Exactly what it is.
Okay, but we didn't have to go there because people are giving us like housewarming gifts, and there's no house to put it in.
Stop giving us
Yeah,
gifts for now.
I overshot it, guys. I went and tried to get a house I couldn't afford, and now I feel like a loser.
No. Babe, we could live together in a yurt forever.
I'm just saying, Joe Coy could get that house.
Who else can get that house?
Who else?
Nick Swartzen can get that house.
Nick, wait, really? Nick Swartzen?
Yeah. Chris D'Elia could get that house.
Oh yeah.
Russell Peters could get that house.
Yeah.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
Aleza Schlasher can get that house. Whitney Cummings can get that house. What else? Theo couldn't. Not yet, but he
yet.
will. Sebastian Maniscalco could buy 3 of those houses.
Could he?
Yeah. Pretty much everyone I know could get that house except for me. Joe Coy can get that. Did I say Joe already?
Yeah, that's the start.
Joe Coy can get the
Full
house.
circle.
Yeah.
You buy a couple.
Ken Jeong can get the house. John Cho could get the house. Randall Park could get the house. Ali Wong could get the house.
Every Asian actor.
Yeah. Daniel D. Kim could get the house.
Sandra Oh.
Sandra Oh could get the house.
See if you can keep going. Yeah. How many Asian names can you say?
I get a lot, right? Brian T. can get the house.
Ooh, Brian T.
Yeah. Sung Kang can get the house.
Okay, he's going to do the whole cast of Fast and the Furious. Okay.
Yeah. Giddy Wanambi can get the house.
George Takei.
George Takei can get the house. Masaoki can get the
I don't
house.
know what that is.
He was in Heroes.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
You can get that house.
Yeah.
Hero for sure.
What's the fat guy from Entourage?
Is he Asian?
Rex.
Rex Lee can get
Oh,
the
Rex Lee.
house.
He's Filipino.
What else?
What do you? With the guy? Benjamin. Was that his name? His name's not Benjamin.
Who, Benjamin
The
Button?
guy
The
from
only one that can't get
Marco
that-
Polo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Benedict
Benedict
Wong.
Wong can get the house. You know who can't get the house? Me and Dat Fan.
Hey, same boat.
Yeah, we're on the same boat.
You see that fan buys the house.
If he bought the house, then I would probably coagulate and go into myself and not become a person that exists. You know. But anywho, what happened was, might as well just. I want to be honest with my Slut Kingdom.
But that you can be honest without giving specifics.
But here's another thing,
Don't
though.
say the numbers.
Yeah, don't-
I'm not gonna say the
numbers.
numbers, but I just needed an extra couple of $100,000 to get it. But here, check it out. No, but I want to bring up a point, right? So now I have friends because we talked about money earlier.
Yeah.
So I have friends like D'Elia, Coy. I have friends David for sure. And I saw David yesterday, and in my head I'm like, I could have asked him to loan me the money.
David Show?
Yeah. But I don't want to borrow money from anybody.
You
to get a house.
shouldn't.
Yeah, but he could. All he would have to do is this.
If you're listening.
If you're listening. If you're listening. I'm on Splitting Up Together, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting that money, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as those checks come in, I'll just give them to you.
I don't think friendships and
I know, but that's the
kind
thing.
of-
It's weird.
You shouldn't.
Yeah, but how good are they friends of mine? Because I'm going to say this. I know that Steve could ask me.
Yeah, that's your brother. It's very
But
different.
so that kind of money only is family. You can't ask friends.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. you were in an absolute bind and you wouldn't have no roof over your head tomorrow, then you would ask Dave Cho. But if you could just lower your budget, which I told you to do, and if we could just get a more modest home, which I'm totally
Okay, this is gonna
okay
sound
with.
so. I don't.
He just wants a fancy.
No, I don't want a fancy.
I just want
fancy.
a
I don't
small
want a fancy
home with a yard.
No, I don't want a fancy. Here's what I want. Okay, people don't. If you don't know my age, I'm 46 years old. Okay, so in order for me to get, because I've been in this condo for 12, 13 years. Okay, the next house I get is going to be the end one.
I don't get that.
Like not moving after that.
Yeah, I don't want to because there's so much money, babe.
Yeah, but you don't know, like, for instance, if we have children, we want them to go to school at a better school district.
I'm
things like
incorporating all that stuff into it now.
No, because the house that we wanted to go, the fucking...
I want them to go to
that
Beverly
was
Hills High.
No, they couldn't go there. The shitty school...
Melrose, whatever that... What's that high school in Melrose?
That's a Fairfax.
I want them to go there.
No, that's not
They have good gangs.
No, they have gangs, but it's not...
And the good clothing stores there.
Great clothing stores.
Yeah. They'll be fashionable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but anyways... I think that we should
Gilbert, if I was a multi-millionaire and you needed a couple $100,000 to buy a house and I knew you were going to pay me back, I would give you the money.
With the 500 limit?
No.
Oh, I thought you increments of 500.
No. What I'm saying is that I want that to be our relationship. And you, George?
Yes, Bobby?
No.
He leaned in.
But George comes from money.
No, you could too. Let's just get to a point in our relationships where we can loan each other
hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Yeah, when we get there.
That's trust.
When we get there. But it was I wanted that house really badly, and it really broke my heart.
Should I contact my cousins?
Why?
Or family? I mean, they're freaking multi.
Yeah, but you don't talk to them. You don't have a relationship with them. You can't come out of nowhere and go, "Hi, I haven't talked to you ever."
Hello.
No, I would never do that.
Yeah. I should have asked David.
No, can you not?
No.
That would be so embarrassing. I would. Oh my God, I would stall that. I would absolutely get in the way of that.
Is that
what if there was a better house to come? That's why it didn't happen.
How about we just get a simple home?
Oh, guys, before we continue, let's hear a word from our sponsor, Ridge Wallet.
Ridge Wallet. You guys, I don't know how many times I have to tell you, but I'm going to tell you again. I'm telling you right now, if you have video capabilities, I have all my credit cards in this Ridge wallet. It is the best wallet I've ever owned. The clip here is so strong. This is everlasting. In a nuclear holocaust, God forbid that doesn't happen.
Your identity can't be stolen because they have that fancy thing.
Yeah.
RFID is it?
You have RFID.
So nobody can steal your identity because that would be a problem.
That would be a problem.
For you.
So when I walk, no one wants to steal my identity. But my point is that when I walk around, just knowing that no one's going to steal it is good. And the thing is that it's sleek. It's just the perfect wallet I've ever had, and I'm so, I'm just so happy they're sponsoring us.
And
go to richwallet.com and use the promo code TigerBelly for 10% off, guys. 10 fucking % off. That's richwallet.com, promo code TigerBelly. Now, on to the show.
I just want to say one more thing about Rich.
Yeah, go ahead, babe. They're gonna get extra. Go ahead, babe.
Go ahead.
We like them so much they get extra.
This isn't just a men's wallet. I'm being real about this. They have really fun colors online. I use a Ridge wallet. My girlfriends use a Ridge wallet. I think it's genius, and it keeps everything all in the same place. And I'm a minimalist
If you're
in that way.
Somalian or gay.
Oh my God.
Or no, just listen, all right?
Amen.
Or hermaphrodite.
Sure.
Or you're in the middle,
Of course.
size-wise.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dwarves,
Oh.
Oh,
right?
Oh, that size.
that size, yeah.
They have one for you.
Uh-huh.
That's all.
So, guys,
Ridge Wallet.
home buying, stressful.
It doesn't have to be. Actually, I think that for most people, it's a really fun time. I don't think it's just been fun for us. Like even someone like Gardo was like, "Hey, how fun is it? Got my new house," you know, like, and everyone is just moving in, and it's painless for them.
Oh, my
Because
parents.
but they don't have the same kind of requirements that I need. I need a podcast room. You know what I mean? I need location.
Yeah.
I need it to look a certain way.
Yeah.
You know, I'm more picky about image, and then maybe that's a character defect of mine. But believe it or not, everything that I wear, even though it looks janky and dirty, is the way I want it. Are we on?
We can be.
No, we've been on.
We have been?
Yeah.
But I was planning to cut it all, but yeah, whatever
Yeah.
you want.
No, keep it on.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, it doesn't all have to be funny, this podcast.
Yeah.
You know? Why are you laughing?
Because that was funny you say that.
You're so labile. Just like 5 minutes ago, you wanted to gouge my eyes out for saying that I wanted a simple home, and now you're like, you were saying cut it out, and now you're like, don't cut it out.
He woke and said, "Is it on?"
Well, maybe there is something in there.
You know how to tell if Bobby's angry or not?
Why?
He turns pale. He
I
loses
do?
all color in his face.
I don't notice that. I notice your eyes look a little more rageful when you're joking, angry.
Yeah.
You can tell.
Yeah.
Come here, man. Sit up here. But then when you're like, babe, then it's
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I get that
It's
way.
the
huh?
head shake. It's the head shake.
No,
Yeah.
I think his blood just shunts to his vital organs. In his
Well,
heart.
it's an emotion that it's something that my dad did, and I've tried to suppress that side of me of getting into that ragey thing, and I see my brother do it, and so I don't. It's harder for me to get there, but I don't know what it is. It's just like when I get there, I go blind for a second. You know,
Really?
But I'm better. I'm good now, but my rage. It's hard, but when I get there, and I wasn't gonna yell at you. I just wanted to stop the camera and go, "This is the reason why I'm telling you." You know, that's all.
I was like, this is not in there either.
Just to let you guys know where my sensitivity lies.
Mm-hmm.
I think it lies in two things. When you come to, I'm very sensitive about stand up. If you're like really like, yeah, you're writing or you talk, I get really like, I don't know what it is.
Even
But that's what you're insecure about.
Even from
I'm
comments
insecure
online.
about that.
Yeah.
I'm also insecure about where I'm at in my career, and that ties in with financial stuff. Like,
Yeah.
if those two things, I wish that I could be, more open about it and not angry about it. I want to learn to like kind of be able to go, nothing affects me, but for some reason those two things do.
I'm the same exact way. You know me. I don't speak about money to anybody other than saying to George and Gilbert, like, I need to make more.
Yeah.
That's the only thing you hear out of me. Like, I don't talk about my monies with anybody.
But is that more because as a personal goal to you or a perception of how people view you?
Believe it or not, it's the Asian pressure. I think that I thought I was going to be a successful doctor or, when I look at my friends from back home that I went to the international school with, everyone's doing something big. Every single one is doing something big. And they're all succeeding as interior designers or freaking anesthesiologists or fucking like they're all like, in some type of like big successful businesses, right? And all those kids, I was technically on paper smarter than when I was younger. Mm-hmm. I was class president. I was like top of my class my whole life in the Philippines. And all of their careers eclipsed mine. And I think America is great, but I think it stunted me a little bit. All those kids stayed in the Philippines. And I don't know, somehow they are able to parlay whatever they had there into something bigger. And I couldn't do that. So I am insecure about money in that way because I had such high expectations for myself.
And she has great ideas about that.
I'm an idea machine.
Yeah,
I
she has
just
great
don't
ideas
have
about it.
Execution.
not only the execution, like I'm kind of similar to George, where I'm really, really good at making people. I'm a kingmaker. I'm a great side person. I'm a great manager. If somebody wants to be successful, I can get them there. I just can't seem to get myself there. I can give them all the necessary tools and ideas and inspiration and motivation. I just can't do that for myself, and I don't understand why. Yeah, and it is a really big insecurity because I look at all my friends around me, and when I go home and I'm like, what do you do? I have a podcast.
Yeah, but it's a good one.
It's a successful one.
It's a successful one.
But what is it though? Like, it's not. I mean, it's the Asian pressure of having the title.
It depends what you put value on.
Right, and I am happy doing what I'm doing, but I'm explaining to you why I feel insecure about money and why I don't talk about it.
Here's the thing: when you were talking, I think everyone goes through whatever you're going through. Everyone does. We're in the age of social media and comparing ourselves with other people's lives or whatnot, and I think we just hit the root. And I'm the same way. The reason why, I got defensive just now is because 5 hours ago I saw a video of Joe Coy running through a crowd at some convention center.
Why do you do this to yourself?
Right, and there's a million people. Like, it was like the dawn of the dead. Like, they were just like mobbing him.
He needed like security.
Right, and he had 9 security guards and like thousands of people mobbing him. Right, and in my head I'm like, oh shit. After my shows, no, I have no security because no one's there. I mean, so in my head, but this is the same thing. It's like we compare ourselves to other people,
to people that we started with,
or even people I didn't start with. Even there are people that they're younger than me that are doing well, and I go, oh.
You and I also
it's not
have
good.
a problem with really using our potential. I think there's a part of me that truly believes, like, inside my brain, I'm a gold mine.
Yeah.
Not in like a narcissistic way, but just because of the things that I know I'm capable of.
Yeah.
I think that I am a gold mine.
Yeah.
But I don't know how to mine. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I'm not choosing to mine.
I noticed.
And you're not choosing to mine. And Gilbert, tell me if you think, like, I honestly have.
From all of our conversations with your ideas, it's like we were saying earlier, like, all your friends or people you want to help, you pull the trigger for certain things for them. I noticed you have a hard time pulling the trigger for yourself.
Totally. But I know that it's there, and it's just, and I think the reason I wake up every morning and I'm feeling so depressed is because I feel like I'm in like a gridlock where I'm like, I know what to do. You know what to do, Khalyla. Just do it. And I get so like, there's something in me that I'm like, I'm scared to just fucking do it.
Yeah.
I love when people fail because...
Are you afraid to fail?
I'm afraid to fail for myself, but I don't think other people who fail are failures. I'm like, yeah, that's part of the process. Keep doing it. That means you're succeeding.
Right.
But I don't apply that to myself. I'm such a fucking pussy.
I'm going to defend myself, and I'm going to defend yourself. Just for a second, though, okay?
Just for a second, though.
You're right. I have mined it before.
Yeah.
Okay? But I only mine when the pain gets great enough.
When you have to.
When I'm suffering so much. I'll give you an example. Mm-hmm. I have one new joke that I wrote in the last month, right?
Yeah.
But the reason why I did that joke was because when I was driving in the store, I was gonna jump off a cliff. I was like, I'm gonna kill my, and I'm like, in my head, if you don't try that joke, you know what I mean? It's it. You're gonna relapse. So I went up on stage with that mindset, and I said it, and it did well, and now it's a part of my repertoire. But I have to get there.
Can you go to that place?
I can't.
How did you do it before?
And here's the I'll tell you, it has to do with. This is gonna sound crazy.
What, man?
It has to do with video games.
And
because at that time, I was in between video games. Just hear me out. I was done with Far Cry 5.
Yeah, you did
I had done the Mars. I had done all that, right? And I had nothing. And so, did you notice that I was watching a lot of Star Trek Next Generation?
Yes.
Right, and watching a lot of videos and movies. I do that, and also I did that with Handmaid's Tale as well. I go into that when I have no video game to play. But then No Man's Sky came. And it's consumed me. Right? So,
So to get to that place, you have to have no options of video games.
yes.
Yeah, it's Dave. We talked to Dave Cho yesterday, and he was like, "Dude, most addicts don't have just one form of addiction. It comes in. They usually have a dozen addictions."
And I'm going to tell you why No Man's Sky, right, is an addiction and why I like it and why I escape through it is because it's a game where you have 50 things you have to do, and so you're focused on, I got to get copper, I got to get to make this because I have to build this to get this ship to make this money and to get this freighter, and I have so much to do that it takes me out of my own self and my problems, and if I'm not doing that, then I start like feeling the pain, and then when I feel the pain, I go to Star Trek Next Generation.
Then Handmaid's Tale.
Right? But it's in those moments is when I start writing and this and that, but like video games really affects it. You know what I mean? What's the matter?
Oh, my hands.
Yeah.
So, thanks, Gilb. You saw that.
Yeah.
I think that we have a lot of growing up to do. I have laid my whole life down for, I think, for you, and I'm happy that I did, and I'm happy you're succeeding.
Yeah.
But I think I forgot that I needed to put the crown on my own head.
Oh my God, you're getting emotional.
Yeah.
Oh
The
no.
thing is,
Oh,
you can easily put that on there.
Yeah.
I think you don't have to be perfect.
I'm just a really proud person, I think.
I know that because I know every time we try something, it's like you're always talking about it needs to be perfect. All the pieces have to land.
Yeah.
If it doesn't land, I fail, which is weird because you champion people to fail.
I think that failure is part of the process. There's two things that I know that I am, is that I'm proud and that I'm depressed. And that's a really bad combination because you don't allow like honest thoughts to come through, which is, Khalyla, get up and do it. I'll always find excuses as to what I'm not doing it, whether it's depression. And when someone calls me out for not doing it, then I become too proud. So what happens is just I'm a hermit. I stay at home because I don't want to,
That makes sense.
But I
think that the problem too is we get this way. I don't get this way, but you get this way because I've kind of dragged you into the sleeping cycle.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
It's not your fault. I'm a fucking adult.
I know, but you woke up at what time today?
Like 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
I thought you were getting better
Yeah,
though this year. You were doing like 10 a.m.
No, I was getting up at like 8:30 a.m.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but she was been doing the day before 2:30. Like getting into that.
I'm falling into this like
My brother and I love it.
Yeah.
I love it when it's 3 and I
doesn't
wake
work
up.
out for
It
me.
doesn't work out for her.
Depressed, yeah.
I don't.
Me too. Yeah.
I think that's
You do?
I get depressed. Yeah.
Oh no, I get depressed when I wake up early.
I think the past 3 weeks.
I do. I
know.
get so
I
depressed.
believe you.
Really?
Yeah,
But-
because when I'm up because sometimes I have to get up to do stuff, to work.
So you're not happy to go to.
So when I'm
call
driving
time?
to like my call time and I see people jogging at like 6 a.m, in my head I'm like, what the fuck are these people doing?
Maybe more things would come out of you if you gave it a chance.
The way you said that. Sorry, the way you said that was so like Disney.
Yeah. Let me say something.
It's beautiful.
Listen. I know how I work, and for me to change, just to hear it, just for me
That's
to.
the problem, is that you really truly think you know how you work, and I don't think you know how you work the same way I don't know how I work. I'm so sure that my way is the way that.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I know how I work in terms of changing. Okay. For me to change, for me to change again. The pain has to be. I have to feel spiritual pain. And because, I'm on the sitcom and we're starting and things are great there and I'm getting all the spots I want at the Comedy Store and Improv and Laugh Factory. And, I have this couple of other jobs that are in the works that I feel at my age, I feel like it's going well. And because of this podcast doesn't help facilitate a spiritual pain because I see it work in the real world. When I go on you guys don't get to see what I see. When I go on the road, I've been everywhere since this podcast. Every city, even Canada, right? Everyone knows this podcast. It's not the Ellen DeGeneres show or it's not Joe Rogan, but what I'm saying is that I see people coming out buying tickets and hundreds of people a show. If I say TigerBelly, people go crazy. Right? And you're talking about, Cleveland to Portland to Chicago to Houston to San Antonio to Calgary to, right? And so we're in this little box here, in this little apartment in Hollywood, and it seems, we live here. It seems like it's nothing, but it is something bigger than we can ever imagine it to be.
True. Right?
And it really is.
Yeah.
I don't know how to express that to you, but I know it to be true. It's an extension of my career, this podcast. It remade me. Doing Theo's, then Theo doing mine, doing Diaz. I'm going to do Rogan soon in a couple of weeks. It's all a part of what has kept me relevant, right? And you don't see, all three of you don't see it immediately now, but it's like this. It's like when I was on Mad TV, nobody watched it and we would go out and nobody had any respect for it. But also I didn't do the road at all for 8 years. So I couldn't go out there to see what Mad TV was really. I stayed in LA and I did spots here. Every once in a while I would do open for Mencia in a stadium or something. Right? But other than that, no. Mm-hmm. But it's only later when I went on the road and I saw, Mad TV reached here. And what happened was the younger people that watched Mad TV, some of them became industry people or showrunners or people that worked in the business. And we're going to get that too. They're going to be creative people somewhere along the line, even when TigerBelly dies, eventually, that's going to go, I know him from that, and I grew up listening to that, so I'm a fan of that guy, Gilbert, George, or Khalyla, and it's going to facilitate itself into other work and other adventures. So this podcast, I know it seems like it's not, as powerful than it really is, but it's powerful. Mm-hmm. These people listening right now, the sleepers out there, they love us. I don't know why, because this specific podcast has been all over the place. There's been cries and this and that, but
I always cry.
I know, but
1 every 10
I'm
episodes.
telling you, and Khalyla, you can say all the things that you want negative, but you did start this, and this is a big thing. You don't see it because you're in it, right? It's like me. It's like when people come up to me and go, this lady came up to me at the Comedy Store and she goes, splitting up together. And I go, yeah. That was my reaction. Yeah. And people come up, comics, oh man, you're back. You're doing a TV show. I go, yeah. I don't see it as a big deal because I'm there. And I'm working on it, right? So it doesn't seem fancy, or it doesn't seem, you know what I mean? You I know everyone there, and you just kind of show up, and you know, and you put the makeup on your face, and you do it, and then you leave. So it doesn't seem in my head when they were doing Undateable, Brent Moore and Dalia and all the Funchess and all those guys, Glassman, and they looked like they were like having so much fun, and they were in the center of, you know, of it all. And I thought to myself, because at that time I didn't have anything, I thought, I wanted that. I want to be in that party. But now that I'm at my own party, it doesn't seem that. But that's human nature. Mm-hmm. But what this is the party, because people want to work here.
But for me, this isn't the level, the limit of my potential. I always saw myself as somebody not in front of a camera, doing things more, and then I just had expectations for myself.
Still can,
right?
No, I know, and you and George have been trying to like unlock me for 3 years. You're like, I can see you guys trying and then getting discouraged because it's like, this is a girl who sits here for 2 hours and all she does is like spit out ideas.
You get close.
But then you guys can't, like, for some reason, like, unlock me. You're like, okay, Khalyla, what are you going to do? And then I get, all of a sudden, I'm like in a paralysis. Where I'm like, I don't know. What do I do? So I just need to get there.
But that right there is what life is, right? Life is, you know, somebody doing a job that has nothing to do with what they want to be doing. Or even if they're doing interning for a job they want, but they're not high up in it, and it takes their career. They meet somebody, and then it offshoots and goes this direction, but it's still successful. Mm-hmm. But it's not exactly what they want. But that in itself makes life exciting, and it's full of adventure, right? Because if life was I got everything that I exactly planned out to get, it wouldn't be as exciting as, oh fuck, like I remember being in Thailand doing that shitty movie, and I was in the forest with Chin Han from Batman, right?
Oh.
And we were gonna go get a fruit plate somewhere, right? And we're like
Doesn't
on these
sound
bikes.
like
That's what you guys were like. Yes, get a fruit plate.
Yeah, and we're on a bikes trying to get to this fruit plate place, right? Right. And in my head, I was like, I never thought, and it's not something that I really dreamt about doing, but it was just a weird, you know, experience that I didn't plan, right? Or when I was in South Africa for 2 months and I did shows at that festival, it wasn't glamorous, but I remember being in a cafe in Johannesburg with Orny Adams, of all people, and we're writing jokes in this shitty little cafe. It was so hot, and there's flies buzzing around, and we're just laughing, you know what I mean, making jokes. And in my head, I'm like, this is I never wanted to be with Orny Adams in a different country, but since then, but I am, right? And this is something that was a surprise to me, right? So, TigerBelly isn't something that you ultimately maybe never dreamt about doing, but it is a successful thing. That it's also, imagine this: there's a lot of comics that have tried podcasts,
yep,
and they don't work. It's not a guarantee. Mm-hmm. You have to hit lightning in a bottle. There's just something weird about this specific chemistry in this moment that we're doing this that works, and so you did that.
Thanks. I have a wish for you. I wish you'd stop waiting for the pain to get moving. I wish you didn't require pain to get moving.
I know, but I need pain.
When was your most
because I'll tell you why. It has to do with my drug addiction.
I also think that you romanticize the whole like artist like living difficultly and then coming out of it like a fucking, you know,
Phoenix.
A phoenix. But it's like sometimes you just have to be systematic about the way you work. Sometimes it's just about committing to doing like, you know, writing, even if you get nothing done, 20 minutes a day, just putting it there even if you hate it? Just the discipline of it. Why are you waiting for the pain?
Because it's like my drug addiction, right? The reason why I quit doing drugs and I turned my life over to 12-step groups and did the whole thing was because I couldn't deal with the suffering. I cannot be motivated without suffering. And it's been like that since day one, right? And sometimes I can handle a lot of spiritual pain. But what's happening now is there is pain there. I can feel it. Okay? But it's still not greater than No Man's Sky.
Like, do you need me to take all the animals, pack up, and leave for like 6 months and pretend like I'll never come back?
4 specials.
And then you like, if that's what you need to get a Netflix special on, I will pack up the whole family and be like, "Fuck you, I'm gone."
Yeah, I need that.
Oh shit,
Get
you
out,
guys!
get
I might
out.
have to do one for.
Yeah.
We'll be out of the podcast for a month and a half.
I'll just podcast from a remote place and
Let's
like.
store
I'm still
some up.
bitter
Let's
somewhere.
store a few up.
Yeah, let's.
All right, I'm going to tell you what would need to happen for me to reinvent myself and to lose the weight and to work out and to write scripts and to write a full hour and everything. I'd have to lose Splitting Up Together.
Jesus, don't put that out there though.
I would have to. I'd have to lose TigerBelly. Okay? You would have to leave. Okay?
This makes me so sad.
And
to
then
hear.
my parents would have to die.
Wow. So basically, don't hold your breath about that Netflix special.
It ain't happening.
It's never happening.
Let's
you
keep
guys.
enjoying the live shows, guys. What are the dates?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Also, if you
Oh, that makes me so sad to hear.
Yeah.
When were you most creative? What was your schedule like?
When he
Like,
was
what-
hungry, he stopped. He's not hungry anymore. He's not staying hungry.
I was so good when I was hungry.
When there was no food, when he didn't know where his next meal was coming
gotta
from,
eat.
When I was
that's when
hustling.
people do their best. But also, when you finally get fed, you should use the fuel in your cells to actually like keep on going. Now that you're well
I'm
fed.
going to say this though, and you guys now, it's so funny that you guys are doing this. I was making a joke earlier about what it needs to take. Okay, it's getting that to the point because of. I'm not gonna say it, but when I went on Netflix yesterday, right, I saw a couple of faces. Right,
when you visited.
we're watching what's that show that we talked about earlier?
Actors.
Yeah.
Oh.
But then me in the little
The boxes.
boxes.
You have to see 'em.
There was a couple of boxes.
there.
I'm like, what?
Of comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you what?
I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, and that right there was almost motivating.
Almost.
Almost.
Again, don't hold your breath, you guys.
No, hold your breath.
I'm using reverse psychology.
Yeah, hold your breath.
Hold your breath. That's the special call.
Hold your breath.
What a weird podcast we have today.
Ugh, God.
Watch this. It's gonna be everyone's
How
favorite.
emotional was this?
But I'm going to say this, sweetie. Right now, I'm not at a point where I can stop No Man's Sky. I have to get a freighter first.
Okay, have I said anything
Yeah,
about
I'm
you
just
playing
telling
video
you,
games?
all right?
Also, I want to ask you a question. When you look at me as a person, like when you first met me, you thought like I had it going on or had it together, right?
Yeah.
You thought that, oh, she is a responsible adult with her own place, her own pets, money in her pocket, right?
Yeah.
When you see me now, do you see somebody that's succeeded past that, or do you see somebody who's like down in the dumps?
Baby, if you were down in the dumps, I wouldn't be with you.
Oh well.
Damn.
No, I mean, know what I'm saying? No,
I know what you meant, but that sounded so hard.
I mean, no. If you were somebody, right? If you were somebody that I was like looking around, and go, look
Till
at
death
this
do us
fucking, you know what I mean? Piece of shit.
Do I seem like someone lazy and not a go-getter?
No. And I think a lot of it has to do with, this.
I feel like I'm lazy and not.
Well,
a
that's
go-getter.
I'm not. I don't. When I look at you, I don't see that at all.
On group level, I have been severely depressed also, should I start eating meat again? And if
Yeah.
you guys are vegetarians and you have advice on how to deal with,
Let's go to Korean barbecue tonight. I think we deserve it.
I think it has something to do
I
with
think we deserve barbecue.
not getting enough B12. I take B12 supplements, but
Tonight,
I
let's go to
cannot.
Korean barbecue tonight, babe.
And no trigger too. Like everything's going fine in
Yeah.
my life. I am just so blue, and I cannot climb out of it. I'm trying to exercise every day, but when I'm done exercising, you get that endorphin rush.
Khalyla, you're
I'm not
Filipino.
getting that.
Eat some pork.
I know, but I think it has to do with my diet. There's something that I'm not getting that's keeping me blue.
Meat.
I've been a vegetarian for 6 months,
Tonight,
7
let's
months.
get some Korean barbecue, okay?
8 months.
We deserve it.
We deserve it. We deserve it.
You think so?
Yeah, we deserve
Okay.
it.
Do you think that it's gonna make me happier
Yes,
tomorrow?
I think it is.
You're gonna shit a
think it
lot
is.
though, but yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm so hungry. So, what do we at time?
We're
Oh,
our.
great.
We're great. We're fine.
We are golden.
But you have to listen to it.
Yeah. No.
No,
shit.
honestly, you have to listen to it.
Do you know I listen to these podcasts like twice before I
And no,
I edit?
all the way through. And remember,
Never-
this
yeah.
is an entertainment podcast. I
Also,
don't want
this-
people to get dragged down.
This
you know?
might be
They-
the first one where you didn't say anything racial.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of
Oh,
you.
God, he's gonna say it right now.
Reverse psychology. Here we go.
Oh God, just cut it off now. Should we do a question?
Yeah, let's do one question.
Okay.
I think we got personal enough without a question on this one. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we don't need a
Do we
question.
need-
I think it got deep enough. Like the question is the deep part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think like I'm on
Let's
too
save the
much of an
question.
emotional
You wanna save
roller
it?
coaster.
Yeah, let's save the questions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
No one
Well,
helpful advice.
No, I just didn't want to hear that voice.
Yo,
to be
sorry,
honest with
sorry
you. Yeah.
any shows for Bobby? If you want to hear more of this kind of material, check out a show.
No.
No shows.
We should talk about our Patreon though.
Want to do the housekeeping? Or
Oh,
wanna do
you don't have to stay for this.
Yeah, I want to go
If-
see the dogs. Thanks for listening, guys.
Thanks. But Khalyla, any shows though? People be looking at.
Yeah,
people
I
have
think
been asking
Bobby
about
does
Bobby's
Brea
shows.
in September. I think that's the only one that he has because he's currently filming right now, so
In
he
Brea?
can't be on the road.
When is that?
I think it's in September.
Yeah.
And then I think October and onwards he's a little bit more free. So if you for more road dates you can go to bobbyleelife.com.
Damn, I hope. I have so many weddings that on September, but I hope I'm here. I'd like to, for all of us to be at a Brea show together.
Oh yeah.
To meet some folks, but we'll see. Hey man, unlock yourself.
Unlock myself.
I need you to figure out what that is, and
But
you're
do
right.
you see that?
I do.
I'm sure it's
I mean,
really obvious to you guys.
You know because I know you. You know we know because you're very close to a lot of things. It's all laid out there. You just need to pull the trigger. And I think my theory is that you want perfection.
Probably.
You want perfection.
Yeah, I think I hold myself to some like absurd standard. But also it's like, why would I do that? I'm not.
Everything gets good after the third draft. It's never good at the first draft. That's the key to anything is like just doing the first draft. That's what I learned. Like it's
Yeah. But I've also spent my whole life and my whole college career procrastinating. So
then you need a deadline because you have to you use that procrastination to work. There's some things that you need like that little endorphin rush to get you to like that rush of like it has to get done to get you to get out of perfection mode.
Yeah.
That's there needs to be something that pushes you to get it done at this point.
Yeah.
Because I think you're a perfectionist, and that's that you need the procrastination to turn off the judgment part of your mind, so you can go purely into creative mind.
Yeah, because I start feeling resentful, and I'm just being completely honest. When I look at other people, I'm like, that person is not a better writer than me, but they're getting things done, and I bow down to them, but I'm also like resentful probably towards myself because I'm like, I know that I can do that and better.
Of course, yeah.
And I'm fucking so just lost, I think. I've lost faith in my own abilities. I wake up in the morning and I'm like, okay, you have A, B, C, D to do. But lately I've just not been able to even start. Before I could at least start, maybe not finish, but I would at least start.
Maybe also just, I don't know, surround yourself with like-minded people with the things that you want. Maybe.
Yeah,
just
but I
for
hate
motivation.
people.
I know, but maybe that's another thing you need to address.
No, I don't hate people. I just I'm anxious. I think what it comes down to is, I hate to say it, but I hope that maybe anyone who's listening, maybe the same boat phenomenon makes you feel better. But even someone in my position gets fucking depressed as shit. And I think I need to get out of that. I need to keep my head above water. Right now, I'm not above water.
Was like chin or mouth?
I am like, only my eyes are out here. Like, I'm really struggling.
Yeah.
And maybe I am really like good at pretending that everything is okay because I do that.
You're not.
But also, if you are suffering from depression, just know also, if you're like me, sometimes there's no trigger. Sometimes you don't need to have something wrong in your life to feel this blue. Sometimes your fucking chemicals are just off. But if you're feeling like me, I should probably see my therapist more, which I haven't been, because I thought that
that'll probably help. That'll probably help. Also, eat meat.
Eat. Fuck. I was thinking
You
that too.
lunatic.
I know. I need to eat meat.
But nothing wrong with being vegetarian. Shout out to Bryce Halleck. Make sure you follow Bryce Halleck. He still has less viewers. He still has less followers than George.
As it should be. As it should be. The world is in order.
The world is in order.
You guys are so great though, because when I do hang out with the both of you, those are the times where I feel like I don't have to be perfect. Like I can just say things out. You know what I mean? Like all my ideas, I can just lay out there, and you guys just listen. I would never do that with anybody else. I'm too insecure for that.
But you should try. Okay, answer this question honestly. Other than your girl group, which is like basically family, and then TigerBelly fam.
Yeah.
How many new friends have you made in the past 6 months? And not like acquaintances, like, hey, let's meet up for coffee. How's life going?
Like
Tell me
deep
about,
friendships?
yeah, or at least trying to cultivate one.
Dude, you're going to make me feel bad now. That's
That's something I had to look at.
Aside from you guys,
that's-
aside from Jessica, my sister, Edgardo, Jenna. Jenna was the last friend that I made, which was 5 years ago.
Yeah. Ask yourself why.
I also feel like in order to be really great friends to them, I don't have to have 80 different acquaintances. Like my energy, I work in small groups the best. I just do. I think that in order for me to love them the best way that I can, my energies are always, when I wake up in the morning, I make sure everyone's okay. But 5 is the number. That's my limit.
Yeah.
Anything else, I feel like I'm spreading myself too thin.
I get that.
You know, but
also,
you're right. I when you invite me, I need to say yes, and I need to get out of my hole.
But also just join. You gotta join. You
Where
gotta
does
join a
Gilbert
class.
invite you to?
He invites me all the time. Come out to this food thing.
It's really just to
thing.
pawn her off on.
Interesting.
Excuse, are you complaining? I just hooked you up with a girl on Instagram.
You
did?
Did she not respond? The friend? I got 2 more.
Really, you did?
I got 2 more by the
Didn't
way.
work at all. You
She didn't contact you?
No.
So one of my friends
Hey,
saw.
nobody ever contacted
I posted
me,
a
man.
very good picture of George on my Instagram.
A very average picture, just but it
you're-
did look good, right?
Your jawline was great, and some girl was like, "Oh my gosh, can I introduce that man to my friend?" And I was like, "Yeah, he got a big old dong."
Hey, can I hook you up with a family member? Is that not good?
Say no unless she makes a new friend this week. That's our currency now. You have to go talk to someone. You have to show proof.
I
that
am
you have
open to all hookups as long as it's not insulting. I asked my friend Andres' wife to like it was my last the last new person. I was like, "Oh, hey, do you have any friends?" And she was like, "Oh yeah, I've got somebody perfect for you."
Yeah.
I have never been more insulted in my life. I went into a depression for like 3 months.
Okay, can I just describe her to you? I've known her since I was 17 years old. She's a family friend. She is 28 now. She is, to me, the most sincere, most badass girl I know in the Philippines. She doesn't come from money, but she is just a straight shooter, honest, outdoorsy, cool chick. I love her. In fact, I love her more than 99.9% of all my family in the Philippines.
Really?
We didn't grow up in the same circle. I just met her later on in my life because I went to her province, and she took me up the most dangerous hike I have ever been on in my life, because she said we were looking for monkeys. And then she fed me bananas that were all full of seeds. If you don't think bananas have seeds, try this one little province. But she was like, "Come on, you need a snack. Your sugar's dropping." And she did this hike in fucking flip-flops. I had hiking shoes and I was dying. and there was lightning and rain. There was like torrential storm.
Yeah.
She is the dopest, most productive, most the best person I can think of. And
Wow.
every other day
Okay,
she checks
sounds
in on
great.
me and says, Khalyla, how are you? I miss you. Like, she's just
Yeah.
a great person.
I think
So,
I know,
yeah.
I think I know who it is.
Who?
Is it Maine Mendoza?
No, she's a celebrity.
That's what I'm saying. Is it Maine Mendoza?
No.
And Curtis.
You're so dumb. You don't even know Filipino actors.
It's not
and
like I have a
actresses.
list of top 10 Filipino celebrities.
Name me who you know. Put the computer down. Who do
Angel
you know?
Lawson, Sarah.
Did you say
Geronimo-
Loxon?
Yep.
Lawson.
Sarah Geronimo.
Geronimo.
Do you know Marian Rivera?
Marian Rivera.
I know Tony.
Marian.
I know Tony Gonzaga. Everyone
Name me
knows
the guys.
Tony.
Like Sam Milby.
That's the only one I know. He's from Ohio. Shout out to Ohio. I don't know.
A lot of my friends went into the industry, you know,
Yeah.
back home.
You could have.
Hell no.
You could have been a judge on Asia's Got Talent.
Maybe. What was my particular talent in the end?
Doesn't matter. You're a judge. You're
Judging?
a judge.
Yeah.
Judging.
You're a great
ju-
judge of talent, obviously. See, you've proven
Oh
that.
man.
Look, before we move on from it, I think you should join a class without your sister. That's
so funny that
I'm
you
thinking
said
of joining
that.
classes just to like get out more.
Because I always have somebody with me.
Yeah, you need to do one alone and just see who you meet. You never know. It might even be someone that can help you with that drink company you're trying to start. Guyabano.
Did I seem really like excited about that company?
Yeah, and I would wish you'd follow up on that. And
Yeah, thank you. Why'd you just give it away though?
people don't know what that is. Sour sop. No one knows what that is.
Can
Sour
we use
sop.
TigerBelly money to start the company? I
TigerBelly,
need
yeah.
capital, guys.
There's an investor out there. I'm sure there is.
Yeah, TigerBelly. We're sitting
Yeah.
on some money.
But you got to go to industry things so you can meet these people and they can hear your great ideas.
Also, fucking Khalyla. Like, your life is fucking fine. I hate when I get into this where I'm like, oh, but I'm like,
Your life is not fun.
That's the thing. Everybody has these feelings. So that's the thing. Like you can't like say like the richer people are, the more depressed they are. Is the thing. Like the better somebody's life is. Actually, depression. Are people? The only people who are suicidal are ones who are actually like have their basic needs met. Because if you're fighting for your basic needs, you're not thinking about that. You're just thinking about survival. So like
Yeah.
the more your basic needs are met, the better you are. The more you're thinking about like
Other
what does my
things.
life mean. So the higher you are actually
Ooh, what
like
does your
in life,
life
the more
mean?
like difficult it is emotionally.
yeah.
So
I
you're
believe
doing
that.
the problem is you're actually you're doing well. So you're going to think about like what does my life mean? What am I doing? What am I contributing to society? And that only happens like once if you're working 3 jobs and you have to struggle just to like make ends meet, you're worried about that. You might be a little depressed, but you don't have time to like really feel it. So I think like people are worse when like I pity rich people. I pity people who
Me
are
too.
doing well. Like that's like doing a lot better than me. I pity people who are born with more because they have more to prove.
Yeah.
Your baseline of where you have to be like feel good about yourself is higher.
Yeah.
Lynn?
And I think you're absolutely right. I also do think that you know how they say like throw yourself in new situations
Uncomfortable situations.
or uncomfortable, but I have not. My idea of uncomfortable is, oh, you should dive deeper in the water, and I'm like, why? I do things that are like
That will really help you
outdoorsy
start.
uncomfortable, but I'm like, that's not
That's your comfort zone of
yeah, I'm like,
uncomfortable.
wait, this is what I'm comfortable in. Like,
Yeah,
I
you're
think
in
that
water.
I'm
Zone uncomfortable.
pushing myself, or I'm like, Khalyla, come on, you gotta hold your breath like a minute longer, and you gotta like really push it and be uncomfortable. I'm like, I don't think that's what they mean. I think I should probably go out and shake like 100 strangers' hands because that's what I'm scared to do.
Ooh, that was a training thing for the pickup artists when I used to do it back in the
What
day.
with the hands? But you have dry hands. Fuck
No,
you.
you have to just meet 100 people and just introduce yourself and compliment them and walk away. So you're used to complimenting
Okay, what
men
are the
and women.
compliments though?
Hey man, love your hair. Have a good day. That's it. How weird is that to walk up to a stranger and say that? But it's weird.
But do you mean it?
We have to be genuine. Can't
Okay,
just-
good. Because I was gonna say, don't
just-
do
don't
that.
just
Hey
Just
man,
blow
love
smoke.
your hair.
He's like, I'm bald. I'm sorry, it was fake.
There are people who are really good at that, and sometimes I think that's necessary to do because you don't know who you're actually going to make feel better. So even if they don't know if you're being genuine or not, but it does make them feel better.
Yeah.
But for me, I can't do that.
But be genuine.
Like if Jenna comes through the door, I'm like, dude, you look like shit.
Dude,
And then she'll say the same to me. She's like, Khalyla, you look crusty as fuck. I'm like, damn, I am.
I'd be like, Jenna, stop posting #pussy so lit.
I was over at her house and I was like, hey, what's your Wi-Fi? And she's like, go through it and guess.
What was it?
The same thing.
Really?
Yeah. Pussy Lit series.
That's serious.
Yeah,
Well,
I was thinking I
series.
should need to start my account. Just do Dick So Lit, just do a parody account.
Oh.
Anyways,
Would you have any shout outs?
shout outs. Shout out to Demetrius Johnson, and shout out
We didn't talk
for
about
just
that.
being a champion.
I thought he won.
Thought he won. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all we're gonna say. I thought he won. Shout out to what else? Theo Vaughn. I still can't get some of the things he said on the last podcast out of my head. Just weird things, that guy. And Bobby's so right. When he closes his eyes, I've been studying him now in interview. When he closes his eyes, that's when he just makes up shit. When he goes like, yeah, I don't know, man. Gang, gang, bro. Yeah. Khalyla, this is a baby maker, yeah. Like, what? He's a genius. He's a genius. Him and Bobby should have a show. Any shout-outs for you, George?
Shout out to Dumbfounded. He's got a great new podcast
Oh my
called
God.
Fun with Dumb.
Who's producing it?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm a little involved, but yeah, we've had Jimmy O Yang on. We've got a few upcoming guests.
I wish
upcoming guests.
Bobby was here. I wanted to
Upcoming guest Roy Choi and Aquafina, so be sure to subscribe to get all the new episodes.
I want Roy Choi on this podcast. Can we get Roy Choi on this podcast?
Yes, we can. Thanks to
Thank you.
thanks to my Connect.
Yeah.
So thanks for letting me do the shout out, and shout out to all our 5-star reviews on iTunes. Pam and Simba from San Francisco, Joey Keytoy, Kevin Nicru, Jason Arceo, and remember to sign your name to the review just so we can shout you out here. And a lot of people have been asking for more TigerBelly, guys.
yeah.
That's
More,
right.
Yeah, Olivia Munn's been asking about it.
You mean
Olivia Munn, if you're listening to this, I'm trying to get you on, okay?
I saw her at
You just derailed this.
I know. I know we're trying to do.
You are
what?
so bad.
I know because I know what we're about to do, but let me just get this out there. I want to try an experiment. I want to see how Bobby was saying how big this TigerBelly thing is, how powerful.
You're a derailer.
1 second. How big this TigerBelly thing is. If TigerBelly is really this big and this Slut Kingdom is huge, I want everyone to tweet Olivia Munn.
Oh, we can get her on easy, dude.
And tell her to get on TigerBelly. Let's just see what happens.
I feel like she'd be perfect on
Yeah.
here.
It would, but let's just see what happens. Anyways,
I think that's just
I
easy.
have
yeah.
one more shout out. I want to do a shout out to this girl named Lexi who wrote a really thoughtful email.
Oh yeah.
The first half of it was
The first
why
sentence-
she hated me for a long time.
What?
Oh, this was for Khalyla's eyes only, but I read it too, Lexi. Sorry.
You read it? Oh, because you have to check the emails.
I have to screen them.
Yeah.
Surprise! I'm the one that reads them.
Yeah, but she says that over time I grew on her, and that when she saw my sweaty hands, she was like, "Oh, I fuck with that girl." So
Yeah.
shout out to you, Lexi. I'm glad you sort of like me now, and that I've grown on you. I really appreciate it. But your email meant a lot to me, so thank you.
I kind of want to read what she wrote at the beginning.
What?
When I first started watching TigerBelly. Oh wait, this is for her. Okay, I won't share.
I don't think she wants you to read it
Yeah,
out loud.
I'm not gonna read it
right?
out loud. It was very funny though.
It was. She basically hated me.
Gilbert, there's confidence here.
Sorry, Lexi.
Trust.
Anyways, people have been wanting more
Hey,
TigerBelly.
if you are still listening,
If
you obviously want more TigerBelly.
What can we do with that? I mean, we only record once a week, so it's like Bobby's not gonna do more than that.
Gee, I do wonder myself. Tell us, George.
But maybe he will. Hey guys, we're starting a Patreon with bonus content for anybody who wants to join. We'll do some.
What's
extra-
Patreon though? So
How
in
does
case someone doesn't
Patreon
know.
work for a dummy like me who's never done this before? Please explain Patreon.
Hey, we're gonna discuss after this the levels, but probably for like $5 a month, you're gonna get 4 extra bonus episodes of TigerBelly, probably mini episodes, but you get bonus episodes. For less than the cost of a latte 1 month, you can get 4 weeks of entertainment, guys.
Yeah, give or take.
Yeah.
Let's just leave that
Yeah,
room for give or take.
Yeah, give or take 4.
We'll do
No, a
4.
minimum 4.
We'll do 4. They might
we
not
have to do 4.
They're not gonna be long episodes. They're gonna be short and sweet episodes. At least. I'm not gonna give it.
It'll be worth your
I won't give
time.
you at least. Yeah,
Look,
but it'll be fun.
More information will be released throughout the week.
Yes.
We just wanted to make the announcement that there is a
yeah.
Patreon, so if you want to support TigerBelly and also get more content, this is the way you can do that.
Yep. Patreon.com/TigerBelly. It may be a work in progress when this comes out, but the week after this, for sure, we will be
So if you were not
ready to go.
If you're just on audio, make sure you are following our Instagram because you will be getting the updates.
I'm excited
on there.
about it, and I'll tell you why I'm excited
We've
about
done a couple
it.
actually.
We've done a couple.
It was fun.
And
They
it
were fun, yeah.
feels different, and I feel like we're wilder and a little bit more. We're a little bit more. Not to say we're not authentic on here, but it feels more fun.
It feels like actually it feels like it before you got on the podcast.
Well, thank you.
I'll say this because because the lights were off, which is how we used to do it.
Yeah.
And it was it's such low pressure.
Yeah, these will be audio. I got on a special audio, hidden audio RSS feed
Secret
that goes
feed.
to.
What makes it dangerous, though, is because it feels so low pressure and all the lights are off when we record that I feel like we might spill more than we like.
My goal is to be the first person to get censored on the bonus episodes.
Oh, really?
Yep.
What do you mean?
It's a good goal.
Well, I'm not. I'll say something that needs to get censored. That's what I mean. I'm going to go harder than anybody else. That's my goal.
Intentionally?
Don't do that. Be authentic, man. Come on, fucking A.
Well, maybe my authentic has been hidden here because I know it's always rolling. I'm in the producer role. That's why I'm changing my goals. I got to be the fun me, the outside of me.
I wonder what the fun George is.
Oh, God damn it!
Frightened.
You make me sound like such a dork.
when I chase chickens.
No, feeding chickens bacon is the most funny thing.
Is
George, that was disturbing.
I saw that. I was like, is he really doing that? Is this real? I thought you would never do that.
I felt like you got too much of a kick out of that.
I've never seen you laugh so much.
didn't
Also,
see
I
him?
was like, I even asked him, I was like, are you high right now? Because I've never
Yeah.
heard him laugh
No,
that much.
I don't do it. It's a once a month, like when I just need like a pick me up in the morning, just because they can't eat it.
So when
they
you're
just chase
having
it
a
around.
bad day, you sit there and you're like, I need a pick-me-up. I'm going to go feed some chicken some bacon.
Fast forward tomorrow, you see Khalyla
Yeah.
at a chicken
Does
farm.
that
throwing
work? Because I'll do it.
Hell yeah,
that
it
water?
works.
That might take my head above water level.
Any shout outs for you? You didn't give any.
I did to
Oh,
Lexi.
Lexi,
you
come
didn't
on.
give one.
My new friend.
You know who you should give a shout out to, George? It's to our sponsors.
Yeah, I gave you that.
Give a shout out, George, to forhims.com.
Hell yeah, for him.
Thanks to science, baldness can be optional. Go to forhims.com/belly to get 1 month trial for just $5. Fun fact, I actually did order it a couple weeks ago. I've been eating their gummies. They're multivitamin gummies.
Hey, can that work for me too? Like, does it have like biotin? This is a real question.
Probably because Cindy ate half the bottle.
And Cindy has great hair. Also, because if you can see, my hairline is getting a little bit LeBron James.
You got
And it's because-
receding hairline. Stop pulling your hair back.
You see this right here? Mm-hmm. That shit's going. It's fucking off.
I like it though. I like seeing
But
some
so
scalp.
does For Hims work for hers? Because I need to be taking this stuff.
You sound like you're promoting a new For Hims thing I don't know about.
For
Is
maybes.
For Hims for hers? For maybes.
For everybody's.
Well, I will take it. Hopefully I don't grow testicles, but I will take it.
Try it. Also, another shout out to our other sponsor, to Sleep Like the Slept King or Slept Queen. Go to brooklyn.com. Use promo code TigerBelly for $20 off and free shipping. And for 10% off your slim and sleek front carry wallet, go to ridgewallet.com and use the promo code TigerBelly. If you're on video on this YouTube's, check out this bag I have. It's a Ridge Wallet backpack, and it's changed my life. I now poo less. Is that okay? Is that a good thing or bad thing? Is it a bad thing?
No, it's just
It's a good
so
thing?
non sequitur, you know.
All right, guys, that's our show. This went long.
God, my fucking.
long.
Do you guys really think my hairline's fucking off?
It's good.
It's
though. I
fine.
think she looks like you have a natural undercut. Looks like you look like a.
Girls don't ever want to admit to this, but ever since I turned 30, my hair has just been trying to leave my head, and I'm so sad about it.
Don't be sad. Go to forhim.com/belly for her for maybe.com/belly.
Just try the code. Maybe it'll work.
Just try the code. All right, guys. That's our.
That's it. Bye.
that's
Bye.
it.
Just bye. Say bye. Just wave.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
More things to say, guys.
And if you've gone this far in the podcast, there may be new merch in September or November.
He's still not done.
All right, guys, have a good one. But follow us on Instagram.com/belly, on Twitter at TheTigerBelly, and email us any unhelpful advice or questions or giant letters to Khalyla talking about how you used to hate her and now you love her at TheTigerBelly@gmail.com. Follow George on all social media at
Just George_Kimmel at Instagram. I don't do the other crap.
everything at Bobby Lee Live, and everything for Khalyla
At Calamity K.
All right, guys, that's our show. Goodbye. And make sure you follow Bryce Halleck. Get more viewers.